So hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Abdullah Hidayat Mustafa. So our topic is decolonization. First, for the introduction, decolonization. Decolonization refer to the process which colonized gain independence from colonial power, usually during 20th century, especially after World War II. For the key feature of decolonization, first, end of European Empire. Colonies in Asia, Africa, and the Caribbean, also in the Middle East, gained sovereignty often from Britain, France, Netherlands, Portugal, Belgium, and another colonial. For the second, struggle and resistance. Some countries gained independence peacefully, like India at first, while others had to fight violent liberation war. Example, Algeria versus France and Kenya Mau uprising. For the third, influence of the world event, such as World War II, the weak uh, European power, the Cold War made the US and USSR support decolonization against allies. The UN Carter encouraged self-determination. And the fourth point is new nation, new challenge. After independence, many new nations face ethnic conflict, economic struggle, new colonization, indirect control by a powerful country or corporation.
Thank you, Hydra, for the introduction. Now, my name is Muhammad Nur Aiman bin Alunga. I will be continuing the video. What is the decolonization of knowledge? First, decolonization of knowledge is a movement that challenges the dominance of Western knowledge system. It seeks to recognize the value non-Western ingenious and local form of knowledge. Third, the goal is to create more inclusive, diverse, and balanced way of understanding the world. The decolonization of the knowledge is the process of challenging the long-standing dominance of Western perspective in education and knowledge system. It recognizes the value of non-Western ingenious and local knowledge and questioning the why Western ideas are often treated as universal. This approach aims to include diverse worldview, promote culture and intellectual diversity, and reform education to be more inclusive and fair. For centuries, Western knowledge has been seen as superior, often excluding other traditions and ways of knowing. Decolonization seeks to restore balance, acknowledge all form knowledge, and encourage greater respect for different culture and perspective. That's all for me. Thank you.
My name is Adi Adil, so I'll be talking about the application to current issues. The first one is AI bias. Most AI systems are trained on data from Western perspective, which means they might not work fairly for everyone. To fix this, we need more diverse and locally relevant data. Because of the AI system is mostly built on the Western data leading to biased decision making, this mostly affects the hiring, security, and even healthcare in most applications or even overall government system. And the third one is smart cities and privacy. So many smart city technologies prioritize big companies instead of local communities. That can lead to privacy concern and surveillance risk. The solution is to have policies that focus on transparency and community-driven technologies. This is basically to increase their efficiency and basically to more prioritize the local needs, and because of the privacy risk, surveillance and lack of transparency are growing much more concerned. And the third one is online knowledge control. Social media and search engines are mostly controlled by Western companies, meaning their algorithms decide what information people see to make online spaces fairer. We should support local content creators and use decentralized platforms. So basically, the solution is basically just ensuring the fairness in AI governance technology by putting diverse voice first. Basically, just put more focus on content creator much more local instead of much more bigger medias like such as BBC News or even the local news, but instead of the local community voice that may which also much more concern regarding these matters. And also the last one is ethical AI decision making. Yeah, rules are often created without considering. This is because we really need more inclusive data set, community-driven tech solution, and fair AI decision making that's benefit everyone. This is because certain AIs or most AIs are set to do what benefit them instead of thinking overall what people need, what people think of, and just would overall be helpful. But instead, it will be much more focused on selfishness. Basically, that only benefit themselves. It's not instead of benefiting everyone. And basically, technology should serve all of us, not just very few of us. And let's basically demand more ethical AI, fair tech policies, and inclusive innovation to avoid any more of this application or impact to the current issue. And basically, AI play a really huge role right now to our modern society. That's all from me.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Amirul, and first I would like to thank Aidin for his part. So for my part, I will be talking about the critical evaluation and comparison between Western and local wisdom. For the first aspect, which is foundational philosophy, while Westerners are more rooted in rationalism, individualism, and secular humanism, as well as logic reason dominate decision making, our locals are more rooted towards spirituality, communal values, adat or custom, and religion. For the second aspect is in ethical orientation, where Westerners emphasizes universal ethics such as human rights, equality, utilitarianism, while ours are more emphasized on contextual ethics, which is balance between individual needs and community harmony. The third aspect is the approach to nature, where the Westerners are often anthropocentric, which means human dominates and exploit nature for progress, whereas our locals are more often ecocentric, which translates to nature is seen as part of life that must be respected and preserved. For the fourth aspect, we have knowledge transmission, where the Westerners leans more towards formal education, scientific research, and literature. Meanwhile, our locals leans toward oral tradition, proverbs, customs, and life experience. For our fifth aspect, which is conflict resolution, where the Westerners stands by legal rational systems, negotiation, and individual right. Instead, the locals are more harmony focused, which prefers discussion, mediation by elders, and consensus. Finally, we have economic outlook, where the Westerners are capitalism and competition driven, while our locals are more mixed, which means traditional societies emphasize cooperation and sustainability over profit. For the next part, I will pass to my friend Hakim. Thank you.
Hello, this is Hakim. Response of local and Westerners to decolonization of knowledge in Malaysia. Local response in Malaysia. Positive response that is gained from Malay scholars and actors. Many see decolonization of knowledge as a way to retrace and recenter the culture, history, identity, and tradition. Cautious and mixed such as from non-Malays and mainstream academies. Some of them see it as a risk of possible exclusion of minority narratives and whether decolonization of knowledge might weaken global academic relevance or standards. Some of them also are resistant. This is from the conservative elites. They prefer to maintain the status quo, worry that change could disrupt institutional prestige or academic hierarchy. The next one is Westerners respond. Some of them are supportive So they're from the post-colonial activists. They recognize the harm that has been done. They advocate for justice, and they support the integration of Malaysian perspectives into the global academia. Some of them are skeptical, and this comes from the traditional academics. They worry that decolonization will undermine the objective standards and scientific rigors. While some of them are very negative, they are from the neo-colonial mindset individuals. They dismiss the effort and calls it absurd that Malaysians would reject their colonial rule, as if it was civilized at all. Most will even go as far as calling the Malaysian wanted to become a terrorist and savages, which is ridiculous. Thank you. On to the next one.
Assalamualaikum, so my name is Muhammad Namirul Hafiz, and now I will be concluding the video. So the decolonization of knowledge involves the dominance of Western-centric system of thought, while validating and revitalizing knowledge systems from colonized or marginalized cultures. It challenges the dominance of Western-centric ways of thinking and seeks to validate diverse, often marginalized, knowledge systems rooted in different cultural, historical, and social contexts. It reveals that knowledge is not neutral, but shaped by power dynamics, particularly those established during colonialism. In the end, we believe all forms of knowledge should be recognized and acknowledged across the world. That is all from us, Group 4. Thank you.